Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So let me tell y'all really quick. I wanted to get dinner on because I have literally been gone all day long. I ain't thought about a box. As far as unpacking, I woke up this morning at like 3 o'clock, and I do that quite often between 3 and 4. A lot of times I'll get up and I'll pray and I'll meditate, but I said, you know what? I'm off today. Why don't you go to the garden center? The garden center that I like. And I'll tell y'all which garden center that I really like in the Atlanta area. Now, y'all know that if I endorse something, it's because I've tried it. I like the variety. And I just absolutely love it. But I was also, so by the time you see this video, it's going to be after Labor Day. But I've Labor Day deals, emails, and it was some things that I had wrote down on sticky notes and had been looking for. And I'm so angry at myself because I'll tell you about the conversation. Me and one of the ladies at the garden centers that she worked at, she was telling me about a certain type of apple, and I did not put it in my notes on my phone, and I have forgotten exactly what she said. Maybe it'll come to me. But I just said, you know what? Like, the kids came home this weekend and they only stayed for like a day. And I just said, let me just go visit the garden center. Let me do something that I like to do to just kind of get my mind off. I've been really going through a whole bunch of boxes. Now, what I will tell you is probably yesterday I got really frustrated because a lot of things in the boxes were broken as far as my serveware and my entertaining pieces. But like I said, I know that I have grown so much because that used to bother me and things like that. And now I'm just like, you know what? Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You'll live to see another day. So let me show you. Now, I did. I did go to look for some particular type of seeds, and I'll show you because Botanical Interest did have like a free shipping sale over Labor Day. And so I was like, you know what? This place sells Botanical Interest products. Let me just go there and let me just look, because for me, fall is a great time, especially if you're in a hotter zone. So we're now zone 8A, used to be zone 8B. Fall is a great time to plant different perennials, different fruit trees, to get your leafy greens growing. And so it's not quite fall yet. We still got lower 90s. It's lower 90s now, but the mornings are really cool, which I like. I think it was like 68 this morning. And so I got up early. I had a plan. I had 2 places to go and I got them done, but I stayed gone all morning long. Now, in some of the previous videos, you will see that I do start a lot of my herbs from seed, but let me show you what I got, because some of the herbs that I purchased today, like, I've never seen the seeds for. So I know they got to take cuttings. I know they have to be dividing these plants because I have looked high and low. And if y'all know of any resource that sells some of these herbs, let me know. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so again, I'm going to take all of this out. Now, the rosemary I didn't have to buy at all, but something here lately about lavender has been drawing me to it. And we grew lavender in our last garden, but what I will tell you is lavender is one of those herbs that I have to grow in containers because lavender doesn't like wet feet. And these different types of varieties, they said that were good for southern zones, although I'm still going to grow lavender from seed. I've grown rosemary from seed, but you know, I tell y'all all the time, instant gratification. Sometimes we just get caught up with it. And that's what happened today, because I went for the seeds, but I said, I know pretty soon a lot of the garden centers will be having herbs out. And so these are some that I just don't find at the big box store. So I'm going to pull these out. I'm going to take them on the back because I'm going to try to get some of the lavender planted up in a couple of pots. Now, ultimately, I want different type of pots, but I have told myself you're going to use what you got until you find the perfect pot, and that's how we doing it. I may dig it up, I may move it, I may switch it around, and that's okay when it comes to gardening. I do that, and it's okay to do that. Like if you're just not feeling it in a certain location, I told y'all before, you don't have to sit up there and deal with it. You know, you can move it, you can change it, you can change the containers, but fall is a great time to plant perennials. So let me get these two boxes out, and then I'll show you what I got. And I'm also going to show you some of the seeds that I got while I was there too. I went crazy as usual, and I got seeds, but here we go, y'all. Okay, so real quick, before I show you some of the plants, they're right here at arm's reach. The sun, y'all. it was like a cool breeze out here, and then all of a sudden it got hot. But what do I expect? I'm out here in the midday, and I don't know why I do that, but it's all good. At the end, I'll show you a couple of my containers that I'm just absolutely loving. But here's the thing. So I always run my mouth very unnecessarily. One of the ladies at the garden center. So first of all, let me just tell you, if you're in the Atlanta area, like this is, even when my daughter went to Kennesaw State University, when we came up here to visit, this is the place I will always stop by, which is Pike Nursery. They not endorsing me. They don't know I'm doing this video, but they just have some nice plants. Now, what I will tell you, okay, this is just me, because y'all know I'm a bargain shopper. Oftentimes I set out how much I'm going to spend each month, each quarter, each year on gardening. So oftentimes, some of the prices may scare you. It might scare you a little bit. But their plants, for the most part, look very good. And y'all know that when I stayed in the Savannah area, one of my favorite places to go was County Farm. So I would get that golf cart and I would go and visit all of the greenhouses, but I cannot do that anymore. So right now, Pike Nursery, this is my go-to place, and I visit them even when we set up the patio garden at the apartment. It's one of my go-to places because they have a lot of plants that you don't see at the big box stores. And most of the, like these that I'm going to show you today, they look very healthy. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, with the prices of the herbs at the big box stores versus, it may be between 50 cents and $1 difference. But anyway, this is what the lady and I were talking about. So we got to talking. And she was saying she can remember when her grandmother, like being over at her grandmother's house, and just growing herbs was something you just walked out of the door and you just picked and you just got it. And she was telling me about an apple that's used in, like, it's a particular type of apple. It's used in apple cider. They dry apples. It tastes really good. And something told me, take out your phone. But we were just in a deep conversation. Take out your phone and put that in your notes. But I didn't. I don't know if she said, no, I don't think it was red wine. I don't know. Because I was looking at the fruit trees. And there was a fruit tree, you know how, and that's one of the things that I've really been studying, is how they take a rootstock, but they graft. So this particular root tree had grafted a nectarine, a peach, and an apricot all on one tree. And I was telling her, I said, you know, I was considering ordering, it was like an apple tree, and it had like 5 different type of apples. And she said, you know what, we just got them in. So on this particular day, which was a good day, they had just got a whole bunch of fruit trees in. But I told her, I said, nope, I gotta stay focused. I want to do so much so quick. I said, but right now I want to get my vegetable and herb garden planted. Then I will work on our fruit orchid. And so we were talking about that and how she, got different plants, different fruit trees because she worked there. And I was asking her, oh God, I know this got to be hard for you, because here's a little tidbit about y'all. So y'all know it as New York and Company, but it used to be Learners. So I used to work at that store during my college years and during my high school years. And at the time, I guess I was into fashion, all of that. But y'all, my paycheck really went right back, because we got a super discount at that time. And so I would be the one to meet the UPS guy out there, and I would be the one to pull all that stuff out the box, and I'd immediately set my stuff to the side. And I was like, you got to do something where you can save your money. So I was telling her I would love to like work at a garden center, but that's dangerous for me. It's really, really dangerous, because I probably wouldn't have a paycheck, seriously. So she was just saying she's finding discipline, because I think she was about to get married. But we had a great conversation. But I just love the fact that she was telling me that her grandmother just had a lot of herbs right outside the door, and that was the norm. And I just wish we could go back to that and just make, growing vegetables, growing herbs, growing fruit trees out of the norm. Okay, so if you've been following us for a while, I've planted purple sage, regular garden sage, all different type of sages, and I've planted this sage too because I love the leaf variegation. So this is tricolor sage that we have right here. Do y'all just love this? I love it. It reminds me of this variegated oregano that we're growing here that I'll show you in just a minute, because they're performing. I love it. But it is not, to me, it's not as strong as your garden sage, but I like it for the interest of the leaves and the color. And we did a container of herbs a few years ago in Savannah using this, where we had some peppers, and they did have some peppers, but I was like, stay focused. So we got 2 of these tricolored sage right here, which again I cannot find seeds for. Another thing that we picked up is this golden lemon thyme. Now I got all kind of thymes growing. I got the English thyme, the German thyme. I've started some thyme. I think I got the lemon thyme, but this is golden lemon. I just liked it for the leaf variegation too. I'm not sure if it's coming through the camera, but it has like a gold appearance. So we got 2 of those as well. Okay, so again, I've already got rosemary ready to go, but this is a trailing rosemary that trails. It does not get that big, and I did buy some more rosemary. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. But I figured when we get our planters, I can have these trailing off of the raised beds is what I mean. So this only gets about 6 to 8 inches tall, and it does trail. It trails quite a bit. But 6 to 8 inches tall for a rosemary is not bad, because I have grown rosemary that has gotten about 5 to 6 feet. But this is a trailing rosemary that I just kind of want to flank off of the raised beds. And I think I only got, I got 3. I should have got 4. I should have got 4 of them, but I may not have rosemary in all of them. I may just take, if I got 4, I may just take 2 of the garden beds and put them like towards the end and let them trail over, because I love rosemary. I love it in cooking. I love it as a tea. And it smells so good. It's very good. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor, especially if you're on other medication, but I've really been reading up on how it helps with memory. So we got 4 of the trailing. I'm hoping 4. Is it 4 or 2? Maybe 3. Y'all, wait a minute. honey, let me just put this right in my lap. So yeah, maybe 3. We gonna work it out. It's gonna get planted. Okay, so after the rosemary, the trailing rosemary, I got a barbecue rosemary. I've grown these before too. These are great. These are great because the stems are really sturdy, and they make, like, if you want to do skewers on the grill, they make really sturdy skewers. But you know, these actually get about, now these get about 3 to 4 feet in height. So we got some of those, and again, I had already bought some earlier this season during a sale. I'll have to look at the growing requirements on that one, but I only got 2 of the barbecue rosemary because I was telling myself, okay, so you already got rosemary here at the house. You just bought trailing rosemary. Okay, enough with the rosemary, but I do use it in tea, and I do use it in tea blends. But this is where I went overboard, y'all. This is where I went overboard because of this lavender. So I had been seeing lavender come back out, you know, because it's fall. And I just was not pleased with it at the big box store. I said, what's going on? What have they done to this? Why is it looking like this? So that was one of the things that prompted me. I don't know, something about lavender has just been coming up. And again, we've grown it. And so I pulled out my phone, y'all, because they have different varieties. So this is the Grosso lavender. If you could see it, this is one of the bigger lavenders. It smells so good. But there's Hardy Zone 6 through 9. I didn't even look at how big it gets because I'm going to put them in containers. So we got 3. Yeah, 3 of those, because here's the thing. I am telling myself we have a bigger piece of land, and one of the things that I'm learning is to plant in masses. So I want to start, and I know y'all like 3, that's it. But no, these are going in pots. But even with my regular plants that I buy, when I see something, I'm like, at least get 4 to 6. Like, we're planting in masses here, and I have to learn that because we were gardening. Like, the property was like 3/4 acres in Savannah, but I wasn't gardening on all of that. So I'm just trying to start learning how to plant in masses so that things can look fuller, which I think I'm doing pretty good with. Another one was the phenomenal lavender, and I think this is the one where I was reading online where it has been tested and trial in places like Texas, a lot of southern states, and they did really good because lavender, I've tried to grow that for many years, and I used to keep putting it in the ground and it would not do good at all. And see, now we're dealing with clay soil, which kind of holds on to the moisture. So I'm like, we're gonna plant these in containers. But what I will tell you, like I was telling the lady, is I use a lot of lavenders. I'll make lavender sachets. I'll use lavender in tea. And like today, I was just straight up going down the aisle doing this because lavender, it smells so good. And also at night, I have a diffuser. I will take lavender essential oil, which is one thing that I want to get into a little bit later, is diffusing my own oil from the plants. Is I would take lavender essential oil, and I have the diffuser has a timer. So when I'm about to get ready to go to bed, I'll turn it on. I'll let it run for like 3 hours, and it smells so good in the room. So we got 3 phenomenal, and then we got one more, which is hold on, y'all. This was like the Provence lavender. So this is like your traditional French lavender, which they said this is prized for highly fragrant essential oil when it comes to the lavender smell. But what I liked about it is, look at this, y'all. If you can see, it's heat and humidity tolerant. So we grew, I think I might have filled up maybe 1/4 to 1/2 of a mason jar last year with my garden grown lavender, but I absolutely love it. So those are the herbs that we got. We got way more herbs that we're gonna grow. But I think what I'm going to do, let me show y'all. Did I get it? Yeah. Let me show you the pots that I'm going to put it in. And I don't know how many I bought. We're just gonna put these out. We're just gonna put them out. Let me see if I see them, y'all. Hold on just a second. Okay, straight up in front of my face. So last season, right before we got ready to move, they had a super clearance. And so I'm gonna put the lavender. These are like galvanized look type lavender, but do y'all see this? Can you see it? Those were on clearance. And this is 15 inches wide. So right now, I know the lavender, let's see how far it says, about 12 to 14 inches. So at least 2 of these different type of lavenders I'm going to plant in these pots, and I'm going to plant them in 3s. This Provence lavender gets about 2 to 3 feet, but it doesn't says the width. But the Grosso, it says about 12 to 14 inches apart. So I know I'm going to plant that in one of them. And then let me see the other one, the Phenomenal, I think it was. Come on, the Phenomenal gets 12 to 14 inches as well. So we're going to plant the Grosso and the Phenomenal in these 2 pots. Something in my spirit is telling me that I bought way more pots, especially at that price. But again, slowly but surely, I'm trying to go through the different things. I did good over the weekend, y'all. I did so well. I did really well over the weekend with just busting out boxes, because one of the things that I'm going to do is take my seed starting rack from Chris's workshop and put it down in the basement, because I want to start a whole lot of leafy greens. Now, I looked at my seed starting rack, and I'm hoping I can find the hooks with the adjustable light shelves. But even if I can find, 1 for 1 shelf, that's enough to get started. I told y'all I've grown. I'm just, like I told Chris, I'm not finna get upset about this. Things are replaceable. And again, make sure you subscribe, because this has been a really wake up. But I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I practice gratitude. I'm thankful for the space that we have, because I can already imagine, like today, I wanted to get so many blueberry plants. Like I see them coming out with blueberry, blackberry, raspberry. And I wanted to get so many blueberry plants, because I love to put blueberries in my smoothies, and I have the perfect place for them. But I'm like, let's get the raised bed phase 1 built, depending on how things go throughout the season, because a lot of things go on clearance. Then we will adjust then. So let me show you really quick some of the seeds that I got, and what I was particularly looking for, although I won't be able to plant it until next season. Let me show you what I got, and then what I'm looking for. So let me go grab these seeds inside while checking on the food. I need to go check on that, because I wanted to make like a really quick peach cobbler. I got some peaches left over and I wanted to make like a really quick peach cobbler. But I do know I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't know why I do a lot of things. Like, why do you come outside in the midday? Why do you cook big on days that you got to go to work? I don't know. It used to be a time where I would cook big on Saturday night. That's how my grandmother used to do it. Like, do all the big cooking. And so Sunday you can just kind of rest. And then, like I was telling Chris, the kids are gone. So I'm not going to be standing over the stove. I'm finding different things. I'm not going to stand over the stove every day. I do love to cook, but I'm unboxing things so I can start back with my freezer favorites, which I love. I love crock pot dishes. Oh, I think I gave my crock pot away. I think I did, but I have to get another one. I did, because the one that I had, I was not pleased with. It was like one of those 7-in-1 crock pot dishes, and it's something about the sensor that just did not do good for me. So I'm glad I talked to y'all once again, because I need to be on the lookout for a good crock pot, one that, like, this one used to sear. It used to do a whole bunch of things, but something about the sensor, you have to keep working with it. Once you got it going, that was fine, but I'm like, you shouldn't have to do that. And then a lot of times I'll cook for at least 2 days where I don't have to keep standing over the stove, because there's no reason. I used to do that, and now a lot of times I'm like, how did you do it? But you do it. You do it as a parent, and you just make things work. But I can just remember when I was going to school, I wanted my kids to have like a home cooked meal. So I was cooking and I was working and I was going to school. And so a lot of times I look back at like, how did you do all that? But you just do, like my mom, famous words, you do what you got to do. But we're not finna be doing that now. That is just me and Chris. So I'll make something, and I'm gonna make some freezer favorites, and that's what we're gonna go off of. And I can't wait to start growing a lot of my leafy greens, because one of my goals this year is to be able to can those, can some collards, can some stuff, so that we can use and put up for some time. So let me go get the seeds. I'll show y'all what I got, and then I'm gonna get back to finishing up dinner. Okay, y'all, so when I tell you I don't need any more seeds, I really don't. But again, Botanical Interest was having free shipping, and so this Pike Nursery sells this sun kind of is getting in my face. Pike Nursery, and I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to show you basically. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. So I've seen, if you all follow Homestead and Chill, she had these in her garden, and they were like the perfect little balls of marigold. They didn't get big, but they were so beautiful. So I wrote that down. And when I saw them today, because that was the ones I was going to go in there and order. Oftentimes I will order a lot of seeds now for next season, because think about it, when a lot of people are starting to get ready to garden, a lot of seeds will be out of stock. So marigold seeds, from experience, have lasted. So I'm okay. And as a matter of fact, if I look, they must just stock a lot of the seeds, because their stock, this is like 2024, which I was super happy about. Another one that this is why I ordered these, because I just got pissed off, y'all. Y'all know I use a lot of kale in my smoothies, and here lately, just really going to the grocery store, it's really sad. It's really sad what's going on. And so I got those, and basically this is one of my favorites too. I probably didn't need this, because I got like 2 more. Probably got 2 more. But the mustard spinach is really good. I don't think I got the Florida broadleaf mustard, because I should have a lot. And I just got some more herbs, and I love these. I love sauteing this with mushroom, onions, and garlic. So the tatsoi. And so yeah, I'm not gonna go over all of them, because I really did probably get too many. A lot of them are multiple. They're like 2 and 3 of the same thing. But so we're gonna get a lot of our leafy greens started, and I can't wait. Hopefully very soon. I've went up under contract with the raised beds, and so very soon I can't wait to have my 4x8s. That'll be the garden phase 1 to get started. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell, because I'm gonna bring you all along. We got our black tarp still down. One of the things that the lady and I conversed about, I'll probably take where they're going to put the raised beds at. I will probably take the black tarp up, because I got so many boxes that we've been going through that they're gonna lay down as a way to, like over time degrade and bring up like earthworms. Because what I will tell you is, from digging where I've dug so far, there are a lot of earthworms in the soil, but it's still clay soil. So I'm super excited. So make sure you keep following us. I'm gonna go ahead, probably not now, but over the next, because y'all know how I take breaks and I gotta watch my food, probably over the next couple days, I'm gonna get those planters planted with the lavender, just so I can go ahead and kind of sit them out in the sun. And again, once we get the planters, the raised beds, I'll kind of move things along or move things around to see where they'll best fit, because I did, y'all. I promise Chris, I promise him I'm not going to junk up this patio that I'm sitting on, and right now it's junky. But let me show you the different oreganos that we planted a few weeks ago. And sometimes, I've started the Greek and the Italian oregano, but sometimes I keep telling y'all, instant gratification will get us every single time. So when you go to the big box stores or when you go to the garden center and you see something that's further along, for me, I'll feel compelled to go ahead and get it because it's further along. But I'm still growing some in my soil blocks, where I'll link that video, which they're doing great. I'm actually going to go ahead and pot them up. But let me turn the camera around because my lemon balm is coming back so good. I trimmed that up. I made some tea with it, and it was, oh, y'all, it was so good. Okay, so again, in this planter, we have the variegated oregano. And then we have the Italian oregano. Yep, that seems to grow a little bit taller. And then your Greek oregano seems to trail. This is just what I've noticed so far, a little bit to me. So these are all 3 different types of oregano. This is my lemon balm that I put right here, and I trimmed up, and I used some for tea. And then I also dried some, and I got it hanging upside down in the basement. I absolutely love lemon balm, and it's coming back, and it's coming back strong. A lot of my herbs are coming back strong. If you didn't get a chance to, I just got this in. I had to order this. This is like a great tool to have. This is the pop-up, just kind of, when you're weeding, got garden waste, put it in here, empty it. It's great. But here is the banana mint that is growing as well too. I kind of turn this pot around because I don't want the runners to kind of root over in here. But I am going to start infusing this in some water. And so we're just going to have a good time, y'all, planting. So again, make sure you're following us along. I'm going to try to get at least 6 of the lavenders planted in these containers right here. And then I will, I'll figure out where I'm going to put the sage, because I have regular garden sage as well. And I use that in tea sometimes, but like when you think of sage, you think of your dressings for the holidays. So that'll be a good thing to do too, is use those. But one way or another, y'all, I use all my herbs, and I love it. And I love the different varieties to use in herbs as well. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, y'all, go ahead, hit the subscribe bell. This is a gardening journey. This is a garden journey I want to share with you all. I want to take you all along with. So tap the subscribe button, tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye-bye.